Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the lecture of Water Resource Engineering. Now, before starting the lecture, just let me take attendance based on the participants list. Okay, so the time is 12:43. Let us start with the lecture. So, am I audible? Yes, anybody? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
And is the slide visible? Is the slide visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, hmm, in the last lecture, we studied about the introduction to hydrology. We studied that for half an hour and we just saw a brief overview of what is meant by hydrology. And in that, we saw what is meant by hydrologic cycle or water cycle, and how rain is the main component of the hydrologic cycle. Then we saw the two sources of water which are available on the earth, that is surface water and groundwater. Then next we started with water requirement of uh, crops. Okay. And as I told you yesterday, I will repeat it again. This is a very important unit, or this is the very important part. And there are numericals in this part, and they are important to you not just for the end semester examination, but also for GATE and other competitive exams. Okay. So as I told you, water requirement of crop is the water which is required by the plants for its survival, growth, and development. Now, this requirement of crop, okay, the water requirement of crop can be fulfilled either naturally by precipitation, that is rainfall, or it can be fulfilled artificially by the help of irrigation. And we are just going to see the artificial part, that is irrigation part. Means how with the help of irrigation we are going to fulfill the water requirement of crops. Uh, Now, before proceeding further, I'll just give a brief overview of what we studied yesterday. We study how water requirement of crops changes with different crops. That means sugar cane crop has a different water requirement, and a barley or a cotton plant, okay, or a cotton crop, it has a different water requirement. Similarly, a single crop, for example sugarcane crop, will have different water requirement in different regions, okay. And in that case we took two examples. One is the western Maharashtra, other is the Marathwada region, okay. So the water requirement for sugarcane crop in western Maharashtra will be different to that of the water requirement of sugarcane crop in Marathwada, and it depends on many reasons. One is the climate, other is the type of soils, okay, and third is the amount of rainfall. For example, Western Maharashtra receives high amount of rainfall, so uh, the water will provide with the help of irrigation in Western Maharashtra will be less, but in Marathwada the natural rainfall is very low, okay, or it is not as much as Western Maharashtra. So the water requirement of crop should be fulfilled maximum with irrigation water, okay. So these are different factors which affect the water requirement of crops. Now there are some terms related with water requirement, and in the last lecture we saw the first two terms, that is crop period and base period. Today we are going to see the remaining three terms, and on the basis of that next we are going to solve some problems related to agriculture. Now last lecture we saw what is meant by crop period and base period. So what is basically crop period is, it is the time period between, okay, the instant of sowing and the instant of harvesting. O- okay, as we say in Marathi language, पेरणी पासून तोडणी पर्यंत, ओके. पेरणी म्हणजे when we plant the seeds, and todni means harvesting. So the time period between those two instants is known as the crop period, okay. And what is the base period? It is the instant when we will first apply water to the last instant when we will apply water before harvesting, okay. So the time between the first watering of the crop at the time of sowing to last watering of the crop before harvesting is called the base period. Now as you can see, the crop period is greater than base period, okay. Crop period will always be longer than base period, but for practical purposes and for our calculation purposes we will consider that the crop period and base period are basically the same, okay. And the unit of crop period and base period is days. We measure crop period and base period in days. For example, sugarcane has a base period of 120 days, whereas crops such as peas or such other, it has a base period of 20 to 25 days. And crop period is nothing but when from the period the crop is born through the seed, okay, up to the time it is harvested. So it calculates the total amount of time required for the crop to mature, okay, or the crop to grow. Now we will see the last three terms which are related to water requirement, and out of that the first term is the delta, okay. specifically delta of a crop. Now, each crop requires a certain amount of water after a certain fixed interval of time throughout its period of growth. Okay, so each crop will require a certain amount of time after a certain fixed interval of time. Okay, throughout from the time it is sowed to the time it is harvested. So we will apply water to that crop at fixed interval of time. Okay, now based on different crops, generally the depth of water required during each watering or each time, it generally varies from 5 to 10 centimeter depending upon different factors such as climate, crop and soil. Now, the time interval between two such consecutive watering is called the frequency of irrigation or rotation period. Okay, so this is one of the term, frequency of irrigation, which is related with water requirement of crop, and the other word for it is the rotation period. Okay, so what is frequency of irrigation? uh, फॉर एक्झाम्पल आपण शुगरकेन क्रॉप कन्सिडर करूया. आता आपण एक कन्सिडर करूया की टोटल क्रॉप पिरियड ऑफ शुगरकेन क्रॉप 120 days आहे. ओके, दॅट मीन्स ऑन द फर्स्ट डे we sow the crop. Okay, we plant it, and on the 120th day we will harvest that sugarcane crop. Okay, तर कन्सिडर करा 120 days sugarcane क्रॉपचं टोटल क्रॉप पिरियड आहे. आता फ्रिक्वेन्सी ऑफ इरिगेशन काय आहे, तर आपण काय करणार, आफ्टर सर्टन फिक्स्ड इंटरवल ऑफ टाइम आपण काय करणार आहे, आपण त्या फील्डला, द फील्ड विच कंटेन्स द शुगरकेन क्रॉप, आपण ऍट फिक्स्ड इंटरवल त्याला पाणी पुरवणार आहे. ओके, शुगरकेन क्रॉपला. आता फॉर एक्झाम्पल काही प्लांट्सचं फ्रिक्वेन्सी ऑफ इरिगेशन असतं 6 पिरियड्स, काहीचं असतं 9 पिरियड्स, काहीचं असतं काहीचं असतं 15 days. आपण शुगरकेन क्रॉपला ॲझ्युम करूया द फ्रिक्वेन्सी ऑफ इरिगेशन इज 10 days. म्हणजे प्रत्येक 10 दिवसानंतर आपण काय करणार आहे, वॉटर अप्लाय करणार आहे. आणि किती वॉटर अप्लाय करणार आपण, फॉर एक्झाम्पल आपण ते सुद्धा ॲझ्युम करूया, आपण प्रत्येक 10 दिवसानंतर 10 सेंटीमीटर वॉटर अप्लाय करूया शुगरकेन क्रॉपला. मग फ्रिक्वेन्सी ऑफ इरिगेशन और रोटेशन पिरियड काय झालं, ओके, इट इज 10 days फॉर शुगरकेन क्रॉप्स. ओके, म्हणजे आपण काय करतोय, जर टोटल पिरियड 120 days आहे, तर आपण काय करतोय, प्रत्येक 10 दिवसाला त्याला वॉटर अप्लाय करतोय शुगरकेन क्रॉपला. म्हणजे आपण टोटल किती वेळा वॉटर अप्लाय करणार आहे शुगरकेन क्रॉपला, जर 120 days त्याचं टोटल लाईफ आहे शुगरकेन क्रॉपची, तर आपण किती दिवस किती वेळा त्याला अप्लाय करणार, जर प्रत्येक 10 दिवस आपण अप्लाय करत असतो तर. सो इट इज नथिंग बट 120 डिवाइड बाय 10, so it is 12 times. Okay, so in this the frequency of irrigation or the rotation period is 10 days. Okay, so I hope you understood this. I will see it again. uh, each crop requires certain amount of water after fixed interval of time, and the depth of water which will apply to the field varies from 5 to 10 centimeter depending upon different factors. Okay, and the time interval between each watering is known as frequency of irrigation or rotation period. Okay, and the rotation period or frequency of irrigation, it may vary between 6 to 15 days for different crops. So now the summation of the total water depth supplied during the base period of a crop for its full growth will evidently represent the total quantity of water required by the crop for its full-fledged nourishment. Okay, this total depth of water in centimeter required by a crop to come to maturity is called its delta. Okay, आता तुम्हाला हे डेफिनेशन बघून तुम्हाला लगेच समजलं नसेल. ओके, so I'll explain it just with the help of a drawing. But before that, we'll just again see what does it say. The summation of the total water depth supplied during the base period of a crop for its full growth will evidently represent the total quantity of water required by the crop for its full-fledged nourishment. And this total depth of water required by a crop to come to maturity, okay, that means for its full growth, maturity means for its full growth, is called its delta. Okay, now I'll just explain this. आता फॉर एक्झाम्पल परत तुम्ही काय करा, शुगर केन क्रॉप कन्सिडर करा. ओके, दिस इज द फील्ड ऑफ द शुगर केन क्रॉप. आता जसं आपण इमॅजिन केलं, आपण काय अज्युम केलं, शुगर केन क्रॉपचं टोटल बेस पिरियड आहे 120 days. ओके, बेस पिरियड म्हणजे पहिल्यांदा जेव्हा तुम्ही पाणी मारणार फील्डवरती तेव्हापासून कधीपर्यंत जेव्हा तुम्ही शेवटचं पाणी मारणार आहे. ओके, that period is known as the base period. So 120 days is the base period. The frequency of irrigation is 10 days. Okay, and each time I will assume I will apply 10 centimeter of water. Okay, 10 centimeter depth of water. तर आता जसं तुम्ही सांगितलं की टोटल नंबर ऑफ किती वॉटरिंग करणार आहे मी, 120 डिवाइड बाय 10 विच इज 12 नंबर ऑफ वॉटरिंग्स. ओके, 12 वेळा मला काय करणार आहे, मला काय करायला लागणार आहे, पाणी मारायला लागणार आहे टोटल 120 डेज मध्ये. तर जर मी प्रत्येक वेळा 10 सेंटीमीटर डेप्थ ऑफ वॉटर मी जर प्रोव्हाइड करत असेल इरिगेशन वॉटर, तर टोटल 12 नंबर वॉटरिंग आहे. तर पहिल्या वॉटरिंगला मी काय केलं, 10 सेंटीमीटर प्रोव्हाइड केलं. ओके, त्यानंतर दुसऱ्या वॉटरिंगला परत 10 सेंटीमीटर, तिसऱ्या वॉटरिंगला 10 सेंटीमीटर, चौथ्या वॉटरिंगला तसं जात 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 मी काय केलं, 12th वॉटरिंग म्हणजे जी माझी शेवटची वॉटरिंग आहे त्याला सुद्धा मी काय करणार आहे, 10 सेंटीमीटर डेप्थ ऑफ वॉटर मी प्रोव्हाइड करणार आहे टू द क्रॉप. So what is the delta? It is the summation of the total water depth supplied during the total base period of a crop for its full growth or for its maturity. Okay, and that total depth of water required by the crop for its full growth is called delta. तर आता या केस मध्ये डेल्टा काय असणार आहे तुमचं, ओके, समेशन ऑफ द टोटल डेप्थ ऑफ वॉटर प्रोव्हाइडेड. ओके, म्हणजे जर टोटल नंबर ऑफ वॉटरिंग जर आपले 12 असतील, ओके, आणि प्रत्येक वॉटरिंगला मी जर 10 सेंटीमीटर वॉटर जर ऍड करत असलो शुगर केनला, तर टोटल किती डेप्थ ऑफ वॉटर मी अप्लाय केलेला आहे त्या ऍग्रिकल्चरल फील्डला किंवा त्या शुगर केन क्रॉपला. सो इट इज 10 centimeter during each watering multiplied by total number of watering, that is 12 into 10. Okay, so the total depth of water is 120 centimeter, and this 120 centimeter is nothing but the delta of the sugarcane crop, for example. Okay, तसंच त्याच्या जागी जर तुम्ही एक फॉर एक्झाम्पल एक क्रॉप कन्सिडर केलं, पी क्रॉप. ओके, वेन यू ग्रो पीज, आता पीजचं जे टोटल बेस पिरियड असतं, ओके, फ्रॉम द टाइम इट इज ओके, फ्रॉम द टाइम ऑफ द फर्स्ट वॉटरिंग टू द टाइम ऑफ लास्ट वॉटरिंग बिफोर हार्वेस्टिंग, तर ते किती, इट इज ओनली अप टू 25 days. ओके, आणि जर 25 days जर बेस पिरियड असेल, ओके, आणि मी जर माझी फ्रिक्वेन्सी ऑफ इरिगेशन और रोटेशन पिरियड जर माझं मी 5 ठेवलं, म्हणजे प्रत्येक 5 दिवसाला मी त्या 25 दिवसामध्ये काय करणार आहे, प्रत्येक 5 दिवसाला मी किती, फॉर एक्झाम्पल 6 सेंटीमीटर ऑफ वॉटर मी अप्लाय करणार आहे. ओके, इच वॉटरिंग माझी किती असणार आहे, 6 सेंटीमीटर फॉर एव्हरी 5 days. तर पहिल्यांदा तर आपण काय करूया, टोटल नंबर ऑफ वॉटरिंग किती असणार आहे, 25 डिवाइड बाय 5. Okay, there will be a total of 5 numbers of watering, and during the each number of watering I will apply 6 centimeter. So the delta will be, okay, 6 centimeter per watering multiplied by 5 number of watering, which will be equal to 6 into 5, that is 30 centimeter. Okay, so I hope you understood what is meant by delta. It is the total depth of water required by a crop to come to its maturity, or for its, which is required for its full growth. Okay, so I hope you understood this. Now we will solve some basic problems on uh, delta of crop. Okay, so we'll see the first numerical now. uh, Rice and sugarcane, they generally require a same amount of water. Okay, just so you remember, rice and sugarcane, they require the same amount of water. So if a rice crop requires about 10 centimeter depth of water at an average interval of about 10 days, and the crop period of rice is 120 days, find out the delta for rice. Okay,
120 centimeter.
120 सेंटीमीटर बरोबर. ओके, तर इथं आता पहिल्यांदा एक कन्फ्युजनचा पार्ट येतो. आता आपण कन्सिडर करताना काय करतो, बेस पिरियड. ओके, जेव्हा तुम्ही डेल्टा कन्सिडर करता तेव्हा कधी पण बेस पिरियड कन्सिडर करायचा असतो. टाइम फ्रॉम द फर्स्ट वॉटरिंग टू द टाइम ऑफ लास्ट वॉटरिंग. बट as we saw in the first slide, crop period and base period are generally taken as one and the same. तर जरी क्वेश्चन मध्ये जरी क्रॉप पिरियड आला असेल तरी तुम्ही त्याला बेस पिरियड म्हणून कन्सिडर करू शकता. ठीक आहे, जर एखाद्या क्वेश्चन मध्ये एक्झाम मध्ये क्रॉप पिरियड वेगळा आलेला आहे आणि बेस पिरियड वेगळा आलेला आहे, तेव्हा घेताना तुम्ही बेस पिरियड घ्यायचे. बट काहीच आलेलं नाही, फक्त क्रॉप पिरियड आलेला आहे, त्यावेळेस तुम्ही बेस पिरियडला क्रॉप पिरियडला तुम्ही बेस पिरियड म्हणून घेऊ शकता. ओके, सो विल जस्ट सी water is required at an interval of 10 days for a period of 120 days. So the total number of waterings are 12, and each time, as it is said in the problem, 10 centimeter depth of water is required for the rice crop. So the total depth of water required will be delta is equal to 10 centimeter during each watering into 12 number of watering, which is 120 centimeters. Okay, so I hope you understood this problem. Let's go to the next problem. Now these are generally basic problems. Okay, आता आपल्याला जे एक्झाम मध्ये जे विचारणार, तर एवढे सोपे प्रश्न विचारत नाहीत. ओके, आपल्या एंड सेमिस्टर एक्झामला तर एवढे सोपे प्रश्न विचारणार नाहीत. एवढे हे सोपे प्रश्न एक वेळेस तुम्हाला गेट एक्झाम मध्ये विचारतील. ओके, कारण की त्यावेळी तुमचं पूर्ण सिव्हिलचा सिलेबस असतो, त्यामुळे कुठला कधी कधी कुठला क्वेश्चन डीप मध्ये विचारत नाही, त्यावेळेस तुम्हाला असलं क्वेश्चन मिळू शकतो. पण तुमच्या या एंड सेमिस्टर एक्झामला एवढं सोपं क्वेश्चन विचारलं जाणार नाही. ह्याच्यापेक्षा थोडं कॉम्प्लेक्स असेल, आणि ते कॉम्प्लेक्स प्रॉब्लेम्स आपण पुढे घेणार आहोत. हे काय फक्त बेस आहे. जसं तुम्ही हायड्रॉलिक्स 1 सब्जेक्टच्या स्टार्टिंगला मास डेन्सिटी, स्पेसिफिक वेट वरचे प्रॉब्लेम सोपे सोपे सॉल्व्ह केलेले, त्या प्रकारे हे आहेत. ओके, जस्ट फॉर युअर अंडरस्टँडिंग. सो we'll see the question. If a wheat requires about 7.5 centimeter of water after every 28 days, and the base period of wheat is 140 days, find out the value of delta for wheat. Okay, now has anyone solved this?
37.5.
37.5.
Okay,
37.5.
okay, good. Okay, for those who have not solved, I'll just show you. Now water is required at an average interval of 28 days up to a total period of 140 days. So the frequency of irrigation or the rotation period is 28 days among the total of 140 days. So what? So the total number of waterings required will be 140 divided by 28, which is 5 numbers of watering. and the depth of water required each time is given as 7.5 centimeter. Therefore, total depth of water required in 140 days will be 7.5 centimeter during each watering multiplied by total number of watering, which is 5, and it gives us 37.5 centimeter. Okay, so these were the two basic numericals. Okay, and these, if you understand these numericals, okay, they are going to form the base of the complex problems that you are going to solve in the coming lectures. Okay, सो जरी कुणाला कळालं नसेल तरी लेक्चरच्या शेवटी विचारू शकता, मी परत एकदा एक्सप्लेन करतो. तरी मला वाटते बऱ्यापैकी जणांना कळालंच असेल. इझी आहे खूप. ओके, बेसिक मॅथमॅटिक्स आहे, डिफिकल्ट काय नाहीच आहे यात. ओके, बेसिक लॉजिक आणि मॅथमॅटिक्स वापरून सॉल्व्ह करायचे प्रॉब्लेम. ओके, सो नाव विल सी सम delta values which are fixed values for different crops. Okay, now as I told you, sugarcane and rice have the same value of delta. Okay, आणि जेवढी डेल्टाची व्हॅल्यू एखाद्या क्रॉप साठी जास्ती असेल, ओके, it means that the water requirement of that crop is greater. Okay, if the delta of a crop is greater, that means the water requirement, that is water required by the crop, total water required by the crop is greater. Okay, and these are the crops which are grown in different parts of India. Okay, so as we go below, the delta goes on decreasing. The delta for cotton crop is 50 centimeter. Delta for vegetables is 45. Okay, for grains such as wheat, barley, maize, it is 40, 30 and 25 centimeter, and for peas it is 15 centimeter. Uh, now these fixed value of delta of different crops help you in designing the irrigation structures. Okay, and help you in designing the irrigation systems. Uh, Based on what crops are grown in a particular area or in a particular region. Okay, for example, in a particular region, the crop grown is rice, for example. Okay, this is the general crop. So the delta of that crop is given, it is 120 centimeter, and based on that value we can design our irrigation system. That means we can find out the source of water which gives find out the source which gives the most amount of water, such as river, okay, or lake, and then we can design our canals to carry that amount of discharge of water. ओके, आता डेल्टाच्या बेसवरती आपण इरिगेशन सिस्टीम कसं डिझाईन करणार हे आपण पुढे बघणार आहोत. ओके, सो this is all about delta. I hope you understood this concept of delta of a crop. Now next we will go to the next term and the most important term, that is duty of water. Okay, the last term was delta of a crop. Okay, that means it was the property of a crop. Delta was the property of a crop. Now this is duty of water. Okay, so it will be related to how much water we are providing to the agricultural field. Okay, so what does duty mean? It means the area of land that can be irrigated with unit discharge of irrigation water. Okay, now unit discharge, now in SI unit discharge is 1 meter cube per second, or in other words it is 1 cubic. Okay, so what is meant by duty? It is the total area of land that can be irrigated with unit discharge, that is 1 meter cube per second or 1 cubic of irrigation water. Now quantitatively, this there are two or three definitions. Okay, they convey the same meaning, but they can be said in different ways. Okay, so quantitatively we can say that duty is defined as the area of land expressed in hectares. This is important. Expressed in hectares that can be irrigated with unit discharge, that is 1 cubic or 1 meter cube per second, flowing through the base period expressed in days. Okay, now consider an agricultural field in which a particular crop is growing. Okay, uh, now that area of the field, agricultural field, is for example x hectares. Okay, uh, now the amount of area that can be irrigated with unit discharge. Okay, that means to that agricultural field growing that particular crop, we are providing a continuous discharge. Okay, take this in mind, we are providing a continuous discharge of 1 meter cube per second. Okay, for a total base period. Okay, throughout the total base period of that crop, which is expressed in days. Now if you are providing a 1 meter cube, that is unit discharge, to an agricultural field for a total base period b. Okay, then the area of total area of land in hectares that will be irrigated by that continuous discharge of 1 meter cube per second, that area of land is known as duty. Okay, that area of land is known as duty. I hope you understood. For example, if water is flowing at a rate of 1 cubic meter per second, that is 1 meter cube per second, and it runs continuously for b days. Now what is b days? It is the total base period of the crop. Okay, the water is running for b days continuously, and it matures or fully grows 200 hectares of the agricultural field. Then the duty of water for that particular crop will be defined as 200 hectares per cubic to the base of b days. Okay, I hope you understood. Now if water is flowing at a rate of 1 meter cube second for b days, and it matures only 10 hectares of land, then the duty of water for that particular crop will be defined as 10 hectares per cubic to the base of b days. Okay, even if this is a little bit confusing for you now. Okay, you will understand this concept in the coming slides. Hence this is the last definition. Duty is defined as the area irrigated per cubic of discharge running for base period b, and duty is generally represented by the letter capital D. Okay, so how will we define duty? Okay, uh, for that we should relate it to a known quantity. Now for us, one known quantity is delta of crop. Okay, we know what is delta, so we'll just see the relationship between duty and delta. Okay, now let there be a crop, a particular crop having base period b days. Okay, consider it, assume it. Now let 1 cubic of water, that is 1 meter cube second of water, be applied to this crop on the field for the total base period b days. Now the total volume of water applied to this crop during b days is, okay, the total volume of water applied will be, as you know, one second, I'll just rub this. Now, as you know, discharge is nothing but meter cube per second, or volume upon time. So the total volume of water applied to the agricultural crop for B days will be the total the discharge and the total amount of time for which the discharge has been provided. Okay, now discharge q, what is discharge q here? It is 1. We are providing 1 meter cube per second of water for a total of B days. Okay, now time, it is generally taken in seconds. Okay, so we will convert the B days into seconds. So it will be B days multiplied by 24 hours multiplied by 60 minutes multiplied by 60 seconds. Okay, so the total volume of water applied to the crop during B days will be 86,400 B. Okay, and the unit will be cubic meter or meter cube. Now if we see the definition of duty, okay, what does it say? 1 meter cube of water supplied for B days. One second, I'll just set up this. 1 cubic meter water supplied for B days, it will mature. Okay, here mature means fully grow the crop. Okay, it will mature D hectares of land. Okay, that is the duty D. So this quantity of water, that is volume V, that is 86,400 B. Okay, that total, it will mature D hectares of land. Now what we'll do is we'll convert hectares into square meters. Okay, now 1 hectare is equal to 10 raised to 4 square meter. Okay, so if it matures D hectares of land, that means it will mature 10 raised to 4 D square meters of land. Okay, so the total depth of water applied on this land, it will be volume upon area. Okay, now as you know, volume is area into depth. Okay, so total depth of water applied will be volume upon area. Now the volume, total volume applied for B days, it is 86,400 B. Okay, and the total area of land which it will mature is D hectares or 10 raised to 4 square meter D. Okay, so what will be volume upon area? Volume upon area will be depth, it will be equal to 86,400 B divided by 10 raised to 4 D. So it will be 8.64 B upon D meters. Okay, now by definition, this total depth of water is called as delta, as we have seen in the previous slide. Okay, the total depth of water applied is known as delta. So that means delta is equal to 8.64 B upon D meters, or if we convert it into centimeters, delta is 864 B upon D. Okay, where delta is uh, okay, the total depth of water, B is the base period in days, and D is, okay, D is the duty of the land. Now here uh, the answer we are going to get, that is delta, we are going to get value, we are going to get it in centimeter. But while taking B, we are taking this B in the form of, in the unit of days, and we are taking the value of D in the form of hectare per cubic. Okay, this is because we have already converted B and D here above. Okay, we have converted B days into seconds here, and we have converted hectare into square meters. Okay, so this is delta, a relation between duty and delta. Now we will solve one problem on this. So find the delta for a crop when its duty is 864 hectares per cubic on the field. Okay, and the base period of this crop is 120 days. Okay, so you have got the base period capital B, which is 120 days. Okay, and then you have got the duty of water, that is 864 hectares per cubic. Okay, that is capital D. Now you know the relation between delta and D. It is delta is in centimeter. It is delta is equal to 864 B upon D. Okay, where B is in days and D is in hectares per cubic. Now in the given problem, B is 120 days and D is 864 hectares per cubic. Okay, so delta will be 864 into B. What is B? It is 120 days divided by capital D. Now what is capital D? It is 864 hectares per cubic. Okay, so solving it, we get delta of the crop is 120 centimeter. Okay, uh, now sometimes there may be confusion as B is in days. Okay, B चं युनिट काय आहे? डेज आहे. 864. ओके, हे काय आहे? कॅपिटल डी, ज्याचं युनिट काय आहे? हेक्टर्स पर क्यूमेक. आता डिफरंट प्रत्येकाची युनिट्स आहेत, तरी आन्सर शेवटी आपल्याला येतोय सेंटीमीटर मध्ये. ओके, तर आपण इथं डेज आणि हेक्टर्स पर क्यूमेक मध्ये का घेतोय? कारण की जेव्हा आपण रिलेशन बघत होतो, ओके, त्यावेळेस आपण काय केलेलं? आपण पहिल्यांदाच काय केलेलं? आपण बी ला कन्वर्ट केलेलं आणि जे हेक्टर्सला होतं, हेक्टर्सला आपण काय केलेलं? स्क्वेअर मीटर मध्ये कन्वर्ट केलं होतं. आधीच कन्वर्ट केलेलं आहे, त्याच्यामुळं काय इथं आपल्याला परत कन्वर्ट करण्याची गरज नाही. ओके, वी कॅन डायरेक्टली टेक द व्हॅल्यू ऑफ बी इन डेज and we can directly take the value of D in hectares per cumex. Okay, so this is one basic problem of a relationship between duty and delta. Okay, now what I'll do is I will try to explain duty once again. Okay, because हे प्रत्येक वेळी होतं, ड्युटी एक्सप्लेन करताना मुलं काय होतात, जरा कन्फ्यूज होतात. तर परत एक्सप्लेन करू का? ड्युटी तुम्हाला काय आहे कळालेलं आहे? एनीबडी? एनीबडी? ड्युटी एक्सप्लेन करायचं परत एकदा?
हेलो
हॅलो,
सर, प्रॉब्लेम्स क्या है सर? समझ लो सर.
समजलं का?
यस सर.
Okay. Uh, now there is here I have just one problem. Okay, मी बाकीचे प्रॉब्लेम्स उद्या घेणार होतो, कारण की एक थर्ड प्रॉपर्टी एक आहे जे आपण उद्या स्टडी करणार, आणि पुढचे प्रॉब्लेम्स जे आहेत ते तिन्हीचे कॉम्बिनेशन असणार आहे, तिन्ही प्रॉपर्टीजचे. सो ओके, हॅव यू अंडरस्टूड दिस प्रॉब्लेम?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Before solving other problems, as we have just 10 minutes left, okay, uh, I will just explain this one point which will help you learn what is duty. So, as we have said earlier, duty of water for a crop is the number of hectares of a land which a unit flow or unit discharge of water can irrigate for total base period B days. Okay. So, what happens here is if the water requirement of a particular crop at a particular location is more, then lesser number of hectares of land it will irrigate. Okay. Hence, if water consumed by a crop of a given base period is more, its duty will be less. So, for example, here I will consider two different crops. Okay. One is the, as always, sugarcane crop, and other will be the wheat crop. Okay. Now, as you remember, um, the deltas of those crop, as you have seen in the table, the delta for sugarcane crop is 120 centimeter, and the delta for wheat crop is 45 centimeter. That means sugarcane crop requires a total 120 centimeter depth of water, and wheat crop requires a total depth of 45 centimeter of water for its growth. So as we can see, sugarcane crop requires more amount of water while wheat crop requires less amount of water. That means, okay, the duty of sugarcane crop will be less as compared to the duty of a wheat crop. This is because for a unit discharge, okay, less amount of hectares of a sugarcane crop will be irrigated because each individual sugarcane crop will require more amount of water. Okay, so that means the total area or the total number of hectares irrigated by a unit discharge will be less. But when it comes to wheat, okay, now each individual wheat crop requires less amount of water as compared to sugarcane. So what will happen for wheat crops? The unit discharge of water that you are providing to the agricultural field, okay, it will irrigate a greater number of hectares, or it will irrigate a large area of the land. Okay, so that is why the duty of a wheat crop, okay, duty of water required for wheat crop will be more as compared to duty for a sugarcane crop. Okay, that is one point which you have to remember. The other uh, factors which will affect duty, okay, that we will see in the next lecture. Okay, I was planning to take this one important point. Now this is not in your syllabus, but it will hopefully help you understand how the irrigation system works and what is the importance of duty. Now here in this diagram, I have shown you, okay, an irrigation system. This is known as, and this type of irrigation system is the direct irrigation system. What we do, a river is flowing generally, and here we have constructed a weir or a barrage, okay, in the path of the river. And what does the weir or a barrage do? It increases the level of water, okay, on the upstream side. This is the upstream, this is the downstream side. So it will raise the water level on the upstream side, and that raised water level, okay, it will be diverted through this canal, okay, and then that diverted water travels through the main canal, and that main canal is then connected to a branch canal, and that branch canal is connected to a distributary canal, which is connected to a minor canal, which finally leads to the agricultural field. So this is a general irrigation, direct irrigation system. Now how is the study of duty important here? Okay. आता हे तुमच्या बेसिकली जनरल नॉलेज साठी आहे. ओके, हे जर तुमच्या सिलेबस मध्ये काही नाही, बट दिस इज इम्पॉर्टंट पॉइंट विच आय थॉट आय शुड कव्हर. तर इथं ऍट द मेन कॅनॉल, ओके, फॉर एक्झाम्पल the discharge is 5 cumex or 5 meter cube per second. ओके, आता जेव्हा तुम्ही ब्रांच कॅनॉल मध्ये जाता, फॉर एक्झाम्पल तुमचा डिस्चार्ज कमी झाला, इट इज 4 क्युमेक्स. सॉरी, जरा डिस्कनेक्ट झालं होतं. Okay, so for example, consider the discharge through the main canal is 5 cumex. Then the discharge in the branch canal is let us consider it is 4 cumex. Okay, I'm just assuming. Then when the water reaches distributary canal, it is 3 cumex. Okay, then when it reaches the minor canal, it is 2 cumex. And from minor canal, when it reaches the field channel or the water course, okay, here it will be 1 cumex. Okay, now as you can see, the discharge goes on decreasing from the main river, or sorry, from the main canal to the agricultural field. Okay, now there are a number of reasons. ओके, अडकायला लागले का? हॅलो.
येस सर. येस सर.
ओके, ते कसं झालंय, ते झूम मध्ये एक तास एक 1 hour कंप्लीट होत आले ना, त्याच्यामुळे ते डिस्कनेक्ट व्हायला लागले. एक काम करूया, हा पॉइंट आपण उद्या घेऊया. आता मी अटेंडन्स घेतो.
चालेल.
ओके, उद्या फ्रेश माइंडने घेऊया आपण. लेट मी जस्ट टेक द अटेंडन्स. लवकर लवकर अटेंडन्स द्या तुमची. रोल नंबर 1. रोल नंबर 2.
Present, sir.
3.
Yes, sir.
4. 5.
Sir, 4 present.
ओके ओके. 5.
Sir, 4 present.
हो, बरोबर. 5. ओके. 6. 7.
Present.
8.
प्रेझेंट सर.
9.
हॅलो. रोल नंबर 8 प्रेझेंट.
ओके
Roll
ओके.
number 9.
10.
Sir, you have not taken it.
Present, sir.
हॅलो.
Roll number 11, sir. Present, sir.
ओके. रोल नंबर 12.
Present,
Roll
sir.
number 11, present, sir.
ओके, 11 प्रेझेंट. कळालं. 12.
Sir, 6 present.
हो, बरोबर. रोल नंबर 12.
Present, sir.
13. 14.
Present, sir.
15.
Present, sir.
16.
Present, sir.
17. 18.
Present, sir.
19.
Present, sir.
20. 21. 22.
Present, sir.
23.
Present, sir.
24.
Present, sir.
25.
Present, sir.
26. Okay. 27.
Present, sir.
28.
Present, sir.
29,
Present.
30,
Present, sir.
31, 32,
Present, sir.
33,
Present, sir.
34,
Present, sir.
35,
Present, sir.
36,
Yes, sir.
37, 38,
Present, sir.
39, 40,
Present, sir.
41, 42,
Present.
43, 43, 44,
Yes, sir.
45,
Present, sir.
46, 47, 48,
Present, sir.
49,
Yes, sir.
50,
Yes, sir.
51, 52, 51 प्रेजेंट आहे ना 52
52 present, sir.
ओके 53
Present, sir.
54
Present, sir.
55 56
Present.
57 58
Present, sir.
59
Present, sir.
60 61
Present, sir.
62
Present, sir.
63
Present, sir.
64 65
Present, sir.
66
Present, sir.
67 68
Present, sir.
69 70
Present, sir.
71
Present, sir.
72 73 74 75
Present, sir.
76
Present, sir.
okay.
Hello.
hello
Hello.
hello
Sir, 41 present.
Sir, I'm
41 present okay
37.
okay
74 present. 74.
okay okay so thank you we'll meet tomorrow